is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of It's Just Another Day in Paradise. I am your host, Stupid Steve. She is our co-host, Tanya with a J. Say hello, Tanya.
What's up?
Today's show, we are talking gym time. How many kids is too many kids? I don't know. We're going to get into that. Tanya time, and we have other stuff. I said it all smart-assingly like that because you said you know. I am not. You're not a co-host. You're the host, and I'm the co-host. I just figured in 2020 we would be co-hosts together. Like I wanted to. It's equal grounds now. I didn't want you to feel like you were a lesser person. So we do the co-host thing. Bullshit. No sound? Are you fucking kidding me?
Get down.
Swear to God, y'all can't hear me. I don't get it. Yeah, he can hear me. Now he can hear me. He said no sound. And can you hear me or can't you hear me? Can you hear me? All right. I think he can. I don't know. We're about to find out.
He said he can now.
Okay. I don't know what that was all about. I guess we'll figure it out. Make sure my stream is good and everything before we get into everything. Thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate it. I don't get it. All right, we're good. Thank you guys for joining us wherever you are and however you are accessing us. We really appreciate you. And I was really happy with our show yesterday. We did a good show. I think a lot of it because we just kind of flowed with it. And whenever you throw 90s stuff into the mix, it always does good. You know what? I want to change something real quick. I just thought of something like in my head. We have the green background. I'm just not with it right now because I'm wearing red. So I'm going red. Just want to match. I want everything to look good. You know what I mean? Thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate you guys joining the live studio on Podbean and all you guys on Facebook Live. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll be checking comments and keeping track with stuff there. We really appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to be with us. So getting into it, right into it. I don't want to do politics again today. There was a lot of stuff that I could have got into. I was looking at like they're trying to change the voting age to 16. It's like, I don't know. The big thing is before we get into our show, like I always hear people saying like, things are going to get bad. Things are going to get bad. We're headed towards a socialist country. They're trying to change everything, or they're trying. At what point do you not look and understand that they've already done it? You know what I mean? Like they've already done it. There is literally protests and fires around the entire world, every single country. I don't know. Every day I see another video of another different country who's protesting COVID restrictions, lockdowns, some kind of policy. I just seen the other day, Indian farmers in India are protesting a new policy that hurts them, and I guess they want to go to more corporation-based farming and stuff like that, and it's going to put the small farmers out of business and stuff. I mean, it's like every day you don't see that we're not even headed towards, we're there.
Right.
We are. Like, I hear people all the time, like, we're going to be a socialist country. We are. We are now. They directly attacked small businesses. We're already there. They're sending you checks after check after check. They're sending you money. They're telling you we'll take care of you. I seen a post the other day, and I swear to God, yesterday, it made my blood boil. I wanted to like just reach through the phone and just freak out on somebody. I won't get too much into it, but the gist of it is. It's like we can't be like be happy and content with where you're at, basically.
Oh.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about, right? Mm-hmm. Like be happy and content where you're at because you're never going to be successful. Just get over the fact because they're powerful and you're not. It's like the shittiest little mindset you can ever think in a million years. Like you're going to get nowhere in life thinking that way. Like, just be happy with where you're at because you'll never be successful. They're in power and you're a loser. Stupid. It's fucking stupid. It's weak. It's weak. I'm so tired of hearing people's excuses all the time on why they can't be successful or why they can't go grow a business or start something or whatever. It's the mindset they want you in. They want you to feel weak. They want you to be demoralized. They want you to depend on them. They don't want you to go out and be successful. They want you to believe that because of your race or your economic status or where you was born, that you'll never be able to make it. Because once you shed that mindset, then you become competition. Then you become something that that you're no longer dependent on them. They want you to think that way. And if you think that way, you're fucking stupid. Just straight up. I thought that way for 34 years. I will admit right now, I was stupid as hell for 34 years of my life. I always believed that I would never be able to make it because I was born poor and they were rich. I was where I was at and they was there where they was at for a reason. And they were just going to hold me down. Everybody was holding me down. I never wanted to look at the fact that I dropped out of school. Nobody else told me to do that shit. I did that. Okay? I decided to use drugs at a young age. I decided to commit my first felony at 16 years old. I decided to run the streets. It was my fucking fault. And for 34 years, I thought that, I was never going to be able to do anything because I was a loser and they were in power and I would just submit myself to them and let them take care of me. And that's exactly what they want you to think. And people think this way. People think this way. It's so aggravating. Like, stop. You live in the greatest country in the world. You are in a capitalist country. It's great. You can, if you wanted to invent, you know why Nike constantly shoves down your throat that you are at injustice and equality and it's just unfair. The game is unfair. Well, wake up, motherfucker. Life is unfair. Okay? It's just the way it is. Get over it. Move on and do something with yourself. You know why Nike wants you to believe that shit? Because Nike don't want you to think, I'm going to start my own t-shirt business. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna start my own clothing line and I'm gonna grow it. I'm not gonna let anybody hold me down anymore. I'm not gonna let anybody look at me and say, because you're this color or because you was born poor, because you didn't have a daddy growing up, boo fucking who, that you can't make it. I'm gonna shed that bullshit. I'm gonna start and then you become Nike's competition. They want you there. They want you to feel like everybody's against you. They want you to feel like it's injustice and inequality. They want you to feel like you're a nobody. They want that. Because then you're dependent on them. If you're no longer dependent on them, then you become the competition. Okay? Then you start growing. Then you become the fucking My Pillow guy. Right? And then all of a sudden you go from selling a few pillows locally to selling regionally to selling nationally. Then all of a sudden you're worth $300 million. Then all of a sudden you're the competition. Then all of a sudden, they can't control you anymore. You don't need them anymore. You don't need their fucking money anymore. You don't need their socialist check. You don't need their fucking free health care. You don't need all that shit no more. So if they tell you constantly that you should feel like shit about yourself and your economic status or where you was born or whatever, and you believe it, then you stay right where they want you. You feel me?
Yeah.
That post yesterday and seeing shit like that drives me insane. I don't know why people think they cannot accomplish anything in life and everybody's against them, and especially in this country. You want to know struggle? Pay attention to other countries. Okay? There's people that live where they work. They don't go home. There's suicide nets outside of the iPhone building. Like, people would rather jump to their desks than make your fucking phones. Think about how bad that is. You got it good here. I met a guy one time. You might remember, he was selling shoe cleaner. And I was talking to the guy, and this was like last year, a couple years ago, whatever, when I started transitioning from a victim to somebody who believes that they can actually do something with themselves. And I was like, so do you do good here in this little kiosk, whatever? He's like, oh yeah, I sell. We started talking. Next thing you know, he pulled out he was like, this is how you start, man. And for what it's worth, this was an African-American male. We were just having this conversation, right? I didn't even need shoe cleaner. I ended up buying a $50 box of shoe cleaner. I'm glad I did because it was good shoe cleaner. I actually need some more. But he was like, this is how you get started, man. You get your tax ID number. You pay every month for this kiosk or whatever. I've hired 3 people. I started just by myself. I was making very little money. Then I started making more money. It's all about being a salesman, blah, 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 blah. I buy this at this rate. I sell it at this rate. Next thing you know, I got 3 people that work for me at this kiosk. I pay them all $8-9 an hour. And now he's done grown his business. Guess what? He don't need the government anymore. His whole mindset has changed. I'm doing this shit. And that weak ass mindset, it drives me crazy. And I see people post, and you've seen Democrats kind of come out of the woods all of a sudden thinking, you know, and I heard a statement the other day. It was like, ooh. And I don't know if I want to say it, but you know what I mean? Like, they're giving us more government assist. Like, you're getting more government assistance now. They're going to take care of you. I don't want it. Nobody wants that shit. You shouldn't want it. You should want to be able to be independent. And I hate to start the show on a bad note because I did want to do politics, but that burned me out.
You are on a rant.
Huh?
You are on a rant.
Am I on a rant? Mm-hmm. You stopping me? You hitting a dinger? I'm just saying, man, like, it's just the wrong mindset to have in life.
We do. We need a bell.
To shut me up on my rants. I really hate that shit. 34 years I lived my life that way. I can't believe I used to live my life that way. And I just want people to understand, once you transition, once you change your mindset, once there's dreamers out there, man. If you're a dreamer, then go for it. The fuck? You want to be sitting on your deathbed thinking, you know, 85 years old, God forbid, you know, whatever. Hopefully you live to be 155. I don't know. But you want to be sitting on your deathbed thinking about what could have been, what should have been, what you wanted to do, but you didn't do? For what? You get one shot at this life. Chase your dream. You know, the biggest thing you hear is I don't have the money. I don't have the money. It's not a lack of money. I didn't have shit when I started doing live streams and I started podcasting. I mean, you've seen the pictures posting on Facebook out there for you guys on my personal Facebook page or whatever. I had I didn't even have a table. I had a laptop and a microphone. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have money. It's not a matter of money. It's not a lack of money that stops people. There's a million excuses on why you won't do something.
Yeah, but
it's
it helps.
The lack of an idea. It's the lack of ideas.
Money helps.
But you can work harder to get it, though.
Mm-hmm.
You can work more hours. You can take on a second job. Whatever it is, if you want something bad enough, point is you can get it. Yeah, you may have to work harder than others. I was born poor. I have to work harder than others. Not to mention I'm 35 years behind everybody else because I never really did anything with myself. But I'm done blaming the system for that. Stop blaming the system.
6:36.
Okay, shut up. Don't say that again. 35.
No, bro. You're
But
pushing 37.
Stop
next
blaming
month.
the fucking system. Stop. So life is, you know, things are a little bit harder for you. Things were a little bit harder for me. Boo fucking who? Get over it. Life is hard. I wasn't born into a family that was making, you know, $500,000 a year. Not most of us weren't.
Damn, man. Why not?
Why not? When I got with you, I thought, you know, your dad's from Westchester. He's got
Fuck
money. And then
he
come
ain't
to
from
find out, I was like,
Westchester. It's from
what?
Fucking
What kind of
Deer
sham
Park.
is this?
Westchester.
I'm just kidding.
Fucking Deer Park.
But yeah, that's the whole point. Anyways, what's up, PJ? Thank you for the cup of coffee. Thank you for not giving me the clap. I appreciate that. No, I'll take all claps. I'll take all that shit because that cash that shit in. I get money for that stuff. We really appreciate you. Byram, you said no, but he sent the clap anyways. He says no, but there's oppression. Remember, right? It's always oppression. They always want you to believe that, and that's my point. It's not like I'm trying to tell you that you're not dealing with anything, right? It's not that I'm trying to tell you that you don't have to deal with certain things that other people have to deal with based on your race, your how much your financial status or whatever, or how you was born, or, you know, was you born in a 2-parent home, 1-parent, whatever. I'm not saying that wasn't a struggle. What I'm saying is stop fucking crying about it and do something about it. And stop listening to your true oppressors, those who tell you you are oppressed, right? Those are your true oppressors. They don't want you to get out of the struggle. They don't want you to be successful because you become your competition, that you become dangerous to them. You no longer are dependent. And they can't control you anymore. So they want you to stay right where you're fucking at. Wake up. Pay attention. Open your fucking eyes to what they're really doing to you. They're not helping you. They're not helping you.
Yes, they are, motherfucker.
They're destroying you is what they're trying to do. Are you trying to be funny?
Yeah, because you're still ranting.
I know. Sorry. It's all true, though. Don't. Because it's true. You know it's true.
I'm trying to help you, motherfucker.
They are helping,
I'm trying to help you, motherfucker. All right. So moving on. I just wanted to get... What's up, Nurse Nikki? And thank you. What's up? There's so much to rant about. There truly is. PJ's in the room. Bye, Ramu. Thank you for joining us. Tanya Tolles is in the room. We got Eric in here with us, the Old Man Podcast. All you guys, Mr. A, everybody's up in here. We really appreciate you guys joining us on Podbean. And thank you all those who are watching on Facebook Live. We really appreciate you guys. Okay, gym time. You ready to get into the fun stuff? Rant's over. Okay, rant's over. First off, I really appreciate you because I've been struggling. For those who don't know, I struggle heavy with depression. I've had it for like 10, 12 years. I remember my first, it's really longer than that. Fuck, Nathan said it's been about 15 years since I've had my very first anxiety attack. I had no clue what it was. I thought I was dying for like 4 years until I figured it all out. No idea what anxiety was. So I struggle with depression. And then after losing, my mother and my grandmother and just different things, that's just something I struggle with every day. And it gets really, really, really bad. And I know in my mind that exercise helps. It helps tremendously. It helps me just feel so much better. Like it truly does. And you've been kind of forcing me the last 2 days without saying I'm forcing you to go back to the gym. Because no matter how bad I want to go, and I did really good before COVID. God, I lost like 50, 60 pounds. I was all the way up to almost 280. I was fat. I have a picture hanging up on the side of the refrigerator. It's just, I don't even recognize that guy anymore, but I keep it up there because
it's a good picture.
Because of the potato shape person that I used to be.
You're a potato.
I was a potato. Like that's what pissed. That's why that guy got, that's why I got banned because somebody called me a potato. But I was potato shaped. I looked like Mr. Potato Head. It was awful, and I worked really hard, and then COVID hit, and I kind of stopped, and then. The depression starts seeping back in or whatever. And I know how important exercise is. And you've been forcing me, so I appreciate that. But what's funny, I know about the gym life. I know about the gym life. I know what this kind of struggle it is and how the soreness sets in and how it's hard to get started and everything.
Not that bad.
We have kicked the gym's ass the last 2 mornings.
Yeah.
We're having great days. I feel great today. And I know that exercise is the key. It really is the key. If you want to feel better every day, eat right and exercise, you will be blown away by the results. But you're complaining about the soreness already. You did not look like you wanted to be there today at all, but you did it.
Tired. I'm not a morning person.
You did it. I'm proud of you. You did it. But you just don't know about the gym life. And you're about to find out. That's the more you go. Have you seen any weird shit yet? Wait till you start seeing the weird shit. There's some weird shit that goes on in the gym, and I can't wait for you to discover it and see it.
Okay.
Like, you won't see what I see in the men's locker room, which is just, I never understand why old men want to walk around naked so much. Like, there's towels. You can wear underwear. I don't know why your old balls have to be drooping down all over the place. Like, you don't have to walk from the showers all the way to the lockers completely naked. Like, there's towels.
Yeah.
I think they enjoy doing it. I think once you reach a certain age, you just enjoy letting it all hang out. And you don't care who sees it. Because it's impossible not to see it. It's just a shock. Like, you'll turn and you'll be like, oh, fuck. And you just see it. Like, it's just there. Like, I don't know what. I'm not a meat gazer by no means, but it's just like, oh, shit, there it is.
Yikes.
And the turtle is definitely in the show. It makes me feel better about myself a lot of times when I see these naked folks walking around, these naked old men. But you'll notice some weird stuff going on up in there. Have you noticed the stares yet? Have people stared at you? Am I just overly sensitive to that shit? I'm hyper alert.
I don't know. Some guy was looking at me yesterday. I was like, that's weird.
Did it make you uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Was he older guy or was he hot?
Neither.
Neither?
Fucking weirdo. Like, weird.
You'll notice a lot of people staring at you. I'm hyper alert to that stuff. I can't stand that stuff. Like, every time I look up, as somebody's looking at me, it drives me crazy. I feel like people watch me the entire time I'm there.
Fuck them.
It's not fuck them for me though, because it's like it makes me uncomfortable. It makes me not want to go. That's why I like the mornings versus the nights, because I'd rather have an old man look at me than some fucking like testosterone filled meathead fucking dude who's shredded at 250 staring at me, making me feel all insignificant and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather have some old... It makes me feel better about
You
myself.
should not fucking care what people think.
I just do. I don't know what's wrong with me.
It's so weird for a guy to care.
Meat gazer. Only grandparent still alive is my step-grandmother, Audrey. You know what happens, though, when the grandmas die and everything else, it's like it's the family falls apart. That's the real depressing part. It not only have to get over the loss of somebody, it's just... the family just starts to separate, and I'm starting to see, and we all had kids young, and that's our next segment. So I think it's a transition that's happening way too fucking early for us. Like, we shouldn't be there yet. Grandmother died young, mother died young. We had kids all at a young age, so it's kind of sped up the process. I should not be starting I'm not ready to start the I don't want to be the key to the family yet. I'm only 36. Like, I don't want to be the foundation. You know what I mean? Because the mom and the grandma's foundation, right? I'm not ready for that, but it's happening earlier, and I'm noticing that. And it's kind of weird to watch that transition to me. I've talked about that before, but I'm not ready for all that.
I didn't really have a grandma, so...
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Your grandma?
Yeah.
Ashley's grandma. Granny.
Granny. Mm-hmm. She's still kicking it.
Yep.
She's like 180. Kicking it. But yeah, we have and that's unfortunate, Eric, but he said both sides of his biological grandparents are gone. So yeah, I mean, we're there. My grandpa's still alive. I think he's going to live to be 195. That guy's a brick, man. He's like I don't know. That guy's
I have one grandparent, my opa in Germany.
Yeah. But I mean, we have kids young, and we was talking yesterday, which we'll just transition right into it because it was funny. I have to say it. I mean, I have to say it because this is the whole gist of the conversation. Is Joanna in here? I don't think Joanna's in here.
She's working.
Huh?
She's working.
So she don't know we're talking about her. So fuck it, we're saying it. She was like, she said something about.
She said, "What's it like to have?" What did she say? Shit. What's it like to be able to do what you want whenever you want, or something like that,
and not have to worry about your kid? Yeah. And I laughed at that, and I said, having one kid is like having no kids. Like, if you
wild,
have one
though.
kid,
Tiana is wild.
Definitely wild as fuck.
Yeah.
Yes, but I mean, it's like
we know that just with Isaiah. So
I don't know. Me and Tiana
it.
have a good relationship or whatever.
Yeah.
She's my niece. It's like she's my homie, whatever.
Yeah.
But I was like that with Nathan. Like, having one kid is like having a best friend. It's like not even having any kids at all. It's like you finally have somebody that wants to hang out with you all the time. And they don't have a choice. They have to hang out with you all the time.
Your little broke best friends.
It's like super.
I see that post all the time. Having a daughter is like having a little broke best friend.
It is, and having one child is so easy. Like, it's nothing. It's it's more along the lines like, you want to go hang out with me at the park, like, you know what I mean? It's not like it's a struggle. Like, you got to change one diaper. When you have two kids, it does change the game a little bit, but still easy. We know that. It was still pretty easy. Like, they got along well.
I think, though, that I'll add in, I think it depends on the age gap.
We had a 4-year age gap. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure every kid's different.
Yeah.
And then we had, the game changer was the third. We did not expect, now the first two were not planned, okay? The third was planned. Mm-hmm. We was like, we want to have another kid. Let's have a little girl. We ended up having a little girl. Great. I was like, holy shit. Like, it was game changer. Not only because it was a girl.
And it wasn't really because of her.
Bro, that third kid changes everything. Yeah. Now you got to buy a fucking minivan. You ain't got room for these little motherfuckers. Like, you got to get another bedroom. You got to set up a whole nother thing. It's just like, oh my God, this one's got this, that one's got this going on. Then I got this kid I got to haul around, this baby. It's just a game changer. Yeah. Now, mad respect to those people out there who have 4 or more. You're
Hell
getting crazy when you get into that realm.
That ain't
3 is too much.
Yeah.
3 is too much. When you start getting into 4, 5, 6 kids, or you start seeing these people who came together with their families, like, and this person had 5 kids, and this person had 5 kids, and it's like, holy fucking, I don't know how y'all do it. Mad respect. I can't. That's too many personalities.
Oh God, the emotions.
That's way too many personalities and emotions, and so said this, and then you gotta do this with this kid and make this kid happy, and that kid's mad because this kid got more spaghetti than they did.
And
it's
then
like,
they're
God
over
damn.
here fucking fighting. The
Right.
one that caused the fighting is laughing.
You
Then
ain't
the
even
other one's fucking crying.
You ain't
then
even
they're
got time to
both
worry
crying.
about any of that shit, like birds and bees conversation coming up and shit. Like, you got 8 other kids. I don't know. How do you do all that?
They don't. You don't.
You don't. You're pretty much on your own once you get past 3 kids. Like, good luck. Good luck, number 4.
Yeah.
It's funny, too, like, how kids are always set up, right? He's Mr. A said there's 5 of us bad kids. And, like PJ is a good example, right? Like, he's got hella kids. Brandy's got hella kids. They came together. Brady bunch. Like, I don't know how you do it. There's no way I could do it. There's too many emotions.
They're older, too, but, you know.
It's still too many emotions. It's still too many people to deal with.
Oh, the fucking emotions.
7. That's 4 plus 3. That equals 7, correct? It's just a lot,
I said 4
man.
plus 3.
It's just a lot.
That's
It's
funny.
funny though how every
And he got all. No, he's got 1 boy. PJ got 3.
You know how kids are
girls
like
and 1 boy, and Brenny's got all boys.
Yeah, lots of kids. Too many. It's a damn near baseball team. You might as well just field your own fucking team at that point. But kids, it's funny too. Like, and I see it because I work with kids every day. Like, the oldest is always the leader, right? And it was like that with me, my family. It's like that with everybody. If you have a set of 3 kids, and it's always like this with a set of 3 kids, the oldest is always the leader, the most dominant, whatever. The middle child is always a complete fucking psychopath. There's something wrong with them, and you don't know what it is, but you still love them anyways. And the third one is always the sweethearted, baby. I was the baby. I'm the sweethearted, big-hearted person. Like, my middle sister.
I'm the baby too.
My middle sister is a complete psychopath. Love her to death, but she's crazy. And then my older one is the one that's in control. She's the leader. And that's how all sets of 3 are. I don't care what it is. Like, that's how the set of 3 is. I don't know about the 4th because I didn't have 4 kids. I guess you get 2. Do you get 2 middle kids? You get 2 psychopaths in there?
Well, I guess for me, there's only 2 of us, so I'm the leader. I'm the baby.
Yeah, but that's different. You got 2.
Not emotional.
It's different than having 3.
She's emotional. I'm the fucking leader.
What's it like having 5? Future pool crew. You don't even have to pay them. You got a whole entire
She's
crew.
going to hate me for this episode.
The middle kid's always the crazy kid. The middle kid's always the one where it's like, God damn, man. Like, do you ever stop?
Look, Hopper, he said, damn, you called me a psychopath. LOL, you might be right.
Yeah, very true.
Ain't seen him in forever. That's crazy.
Who?
Coach Hopper.
Uh-oh, Coach Hopper's in the house. He missed my rant. He would have agreed with me on that rant 110%, though. He's a self-accountability guy. Hold yourself accountable.
Didn't he move out of state or some shit?
No, he's up in Columbus.
Oh.
He's still in
Damn.
state. He's up in the capital. But he would agree with my rant. But yeah, I mean, when you start having a lot of kids, it's fucking crazy. I don't know. You know why? That was my point. You know why it's like that. The middle kid is always crazier because the first kid you take your time with, right? You want everything to be perfect. You're worried about, you change the diaper right away. You make sure that no rash happens. You want to make sure that everything's cool. You take a lot of care and attention to that first kid.
No, I did that with all 3.
When the second kid comes, I did not. When the second kid comes, it's like, you know that
you
it's
didn't
not.
Because I did.
Well, it's not as important at that point. Like, all the little things that you did that
all
was
right,
just
I'll
overly
go.
protective, you're like, you're good. Like, it's not
Diaper
that
brand.
Huh?
Diaper brand.
Right.
As far as cleanliness and doing all that shit, I all 3 of them got proper care, but like diaper brand. Maybe we wasn't buying Pampers no more for Isaiah. He still got them, but then Aaliyah transitioned to Loves because they're cheaper. So shit like that, yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's just
yeah.
with the middle kid,
Loves.
you just care less. You care less. It's not that you care less. It's just that you don't. It's not as dire as you think it is. Like I remember when Nathan, I was so scared of SIDS.
Yeah. I was like that with all of them.
I would sit there. I would fall asleep holding my hand on his back, making sure he was breathing throughout the night. Like that's how fucking scared I was. With Isaiah, I'm just like, shit, he's good. He's good.
You would.
He'll be all right. And he's tougher because of it, but he's crazier because of it too. Because he didn't have somebody,
You guys saw my mornings with that kid.
And then the third one's your little baby. Got to take care of the baby. She's the smallest. She's the sweetest. I was the baby. My sisters know I was the favorite. I was the most loved. Hands down, it's not even close. There's not even, it's not even close. The baby's usually the most loved of the three. Except for your case. I don't think, no, I'm just kidding. But then when you get to the realm of you got a whole entire crew working for you, I don't know. That's uncharted waters for me. Unless you want to adopt.
I'm good. You can.
Actually,
you can still make babies and do all that with your life, and that's fine with me. Because I do not want any of that. I am fucking good.
No, I don't either. I don't want any more fucking kids. The idea of it's cool.
No, it's not. I don't fucking get.
Of it's like, no.
I don't get baby fever ever. I don't melt when I see a baby. I'm not like, I don't.
I love babies. You don't like babies?
They're cool. If they're, yeah.
You're a heartless person.
No.
When I see babies,
good.
I love kids. I love kids. Do you hate kids?
I don't.
Is that what the problem? Do you hate kids?
I don't. But the emotions
it sounds to
and
me
all
like
the
you hate
bullshit.
Children. I don't understand why you hate kids so much.
I don't.
It sounds like you do.
I just don't want any more babies.
You don't want to hold a little baby? Like, especially my favorite age is when they're when they start to develop their personalities, especially when they're not my kids, because I could shape them to be little shitheads. I do that. I do that right now with my niece.
Right.
Like,
see, that's what I'm cool with. Like, I can see my niece and shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely I fuck with her hardcore. Like, but
you make her cry all the time.
What?
You make her cry all the time.
I'm trying to toughen her up. It's a tough world she's about to inherit. She can't be crying over stupid shit. She cries. I don't make her cry. She cries. She's just weak-hearted. I'm trying to toughen her up, strengthen her up, build her up a little bit. Because this world's about to crash down on her. Really? I want her to be strong enough to take on whatever comes her way. I don't know. She's funny. She's a funny kid. I was probably the most rotten by far from the craziest. But far from the craziest. I was definitely not I was not the crazy one. Loves is the bomb. Loves. I don't know. How many kids is two kids, Tanya?
Huh?
How many kids is too many kids?
Oh.
Did I say that right? How many kids is too many? Is it once you get past 3? Is 3 the sweet spot?
I feel like 2.
2 is the sweet spot,
like,
and then the third is the too many.
The fucking limit. 3 has got to be the limit.
3's got to be the limit. Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. I can do. Yeah, the third one is the game changer. It definitely is like, holy shit, this is hectic now. Mm-hmm. What the fuck did we do? Mm-hmm. Why did we plan this?
And 2,
why can't you be an accident too?
We were used to having 2 boys for longest.
Let's make me feel better about it. What?
What'd you say?
I said, why can't you be an accident too, third one? Because then it would at least make me feel better about it. Like, I didn't plan this. Like,
wow.
Now I'm
Shut
like,
up.
fuck, I did this to myself. Like, this was a plan. How stupid was I? No, I love my daughter. I'm just kidding.
No, that's what I mean. Like, we was used to 2 boys for a while, and then...
Right. And then
girls
the emotion.
Are different.
That was the biggest change with the boys and the girls. Like, I could do I could say whatever to the boys. I could slam them. I could smack the shit out of them. I could... we went back and forth. We had a good relationship. I could throw shit out of whatever. Girls, and that's just why Tiana cries so much. They're so fucking emotional. Like, if you look at them the wrong way, like I could yell at my boys when they were little, like, and they would just look at me like I was crazy. You yell at a little girl like that, and then it's so emotionally distraught and hurt deep down inside.
That's why you're not her basketball coach.
That's exactly why I'm not her basketball coach. I will say this though about girls athletics versus boys athletics. Girls go fucking hard, son. They go hard. Boys, like they want to be all pretty. They want to be all smooth. They want to perfect their shit. Girls will get like on the floor. I've seen some scrappy ass shit in high school girls basketball. It's like, holy shit. Like, you need to calm down. I asked the referee one time, what's worse, boys or girls? He's like, oh, girls, hands down. He said girls want to fight each other all the time. They play with so much emotion. And yeah, I couldn't do it. It's even like MMA. I'd much rather watch a female MMA fight than a male MMA fight. Females go at it. Guys are trying to be all strategic and they bounce around and they wrestle half. The girls will knock the fuck out of each other. Girls fights are way better than guy fights. Way better. I know that from experience.
I feel like boys are emotional too. We've had our fair share of the emotions with the boys too.
Yeah, we are emotional creatures. We have hearts too. We have feelings deep inside. We need to be loved and hugged and nurtured. We do. I know I do. Now
oh my God.
See, look.
Great.
Hashtag pasta salad. That's hilarious because that was a good fight that night. That was lit. And she said, now you can watch trans women box a woman. It's going to be interesting. I don't know how the liberals are going to, I don't know how they're going to do this. Like, this is violence against women, but it is technically a woman, right? Like, it's coming because Joe Biden has signed like 85 fucking executive orders, and one of them is letting women, men, and whatever. We talked about that the other day. You missed that show. That was a good fight, though, the pasta salad fight. I'll never forget pasta salad night. That was a good one. You really went hammer on that one. You went ham bone. You're rowdy. You need to calm down sometimes. It was pasta salad. Let it go.
That wasn't it.
It was because she was messing with PJ. She was messing with her man. Don't be messing with my man.
Huh?
No, you was protecting PJ.
I was not.
Yes, you was, because you got shoved in the back, and that's how it all started. You was protecting a 6'5",
all
300-pound man.
I said was calm. I just told dude to calm down. And then I told the dude to calm down after he pushed him or whatever,
Right.
and then the girl started running her mouth.
So it started. You was fighting over PJ. You
Oh
don't even
my
fight over
God.
me. You fight
No.
over PJ.
No, I was not.
Nice. That's how it started. That's how I remember it. I don't remember it. That's the problem. I don't remember it. I remember bits and pieces. You got Tanya time? Can we want to move into that?
I guess.
What do you have? You have something good? Because if it's not good, I'm going to be mad as hell.
Good for you. I don't care anymore.
You don't care anymore? Are you sick of my shit?
Close.
It's Tanya time. So today, this segment is something that Tanya loves to present. She prepares for it for many, many hours. No, I'm kidding. She pulls it up like 10 minutes before we hit the live button. She pulls it up and it's like, this is what we're talking about. I'm like, all right, cool. That's why I don't even name this. That's why I don't even talk about what it is. I just say, call it Tanya time because I have no idea what the fuck you're going to talk about. You have some good stuff? Let's go.
Did you know 2 million kids are vegetarian?
2 million kids? That's not very many, actually. Completely vegetarian? Like, I don't know about all that. I seen a video of a kid having soda for the first time.
I wonder if it's because, like, a lot of kids are, like, picky on eating, like, meat, like, different meats or whatever. But then, I don't know, they hate vegetables, too. I don't know. I feel like little kid diets are garbage.
And in the U.S., yes. In the United States of America, little kid childhood obesity is a fucking problem over here. Like, we will shove just the worst foods down our kids' throats. Like, it's so bad. Even school lunches, the stuff that we eat and consume on a daily basis is so bad for us. If they really cared for us, if they really cared about us, they would shut down every fast food chain across this country because it is awful for you.
Did you know an Alaskan town goes dark for over 60 days?
I did know that. I actually had somebody who...
Barrow, Alaska.
Yeah, and doesn't it go light for a long time too? For like 60 days?
I don't know.
Or like for an entire season? Ain't it like... Yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure it is because I knew somebody that lived in Alaska and they said it would suck because it's like midnight and you're trying to go to sleep and it's still daylight out. And it's daylight. You have to have like curtains and shit. You get black curtains because it's daylight all the time. I don't know if that to me, what's bothering you got on that one? Because that would explain globe Earth, right? Because the angle, the tilt, and the reason it's daylight all the time, right? In Alaska, or nighttime for 6 months.
I don't know.
Unless the globe, I don't know how it works.
Did you know the world's longest pizza is a mile long?
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Have you ever seen people eat that pizza?
1.15 miles, exactly.
Like, if you eat this entire pizza, you get it free. Have you ever seen that stuff? People love trying that stuff. I would have a heart attack about halfway through it. I love pizza, but there's no way. A mile-long pizza? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Was it baked in a mile-long oven?
I don't know. Here, I'll go back.
She poses an interesting question. Was it baked in a mile-long oven? How did they
It
make this?
just says at 1.15 miles exactly, this whopping pizza was made in, you guessed it, Italy. But how? By the sweat of 250 chefs and about 4,409 pounds of flour. It doesn't say like how it was cooked.
They had to have a mile-long oven. You know what I mean? That makes sense. What is that?
Oh, she said because if it's not, it's just a bunch of pizzas put together. Oh, I don't know. I think it's an ad.
What is that?
I think it's an ad.
Oh, it just reminded me of a story I heard like a year ago, where this guy, because it shows a picture of a bunch of cash. He's probably a get-rich-quick scheme or whatever. But there was this guy in Cincinnati. It happened here. But I heard this on 700 WLW. He was a heating and cooling guy, right? And this wife, her husband passed away. And her heat wouldn't work. And she was like, what the fuck, whatever. So she called the heating and cooling guy. And he went out. And it was the theme was the most noble stories that you've ever heard. And this guy was like, I'm winning this shit. So he goes in. And he opens up her fucking heater thing, whatever. And he starts digging around in there, and he's like, what the hell? And he pulls out this huge wad of $100 bills. And he's like, what the fuck? And he gets in there, and he pulls out another wad of $100 bills. He said he just keeps pouring out money. And by the time he pulled it all out, it was like $90,000 of money was stuffed up into her heating thing. He gave it all back to the lady. He said, ma'am, I guess her husband was sticking it in there, hiding it, and collecting money over the years, and it clogged up her vents. Or maybe he robbed the bank. I don't know. But it was like $90,000 is what it ended up being. And he took it up to the old lady. He said, ma'am, I just found all this. And he said he was broke. It was almost Christmas time. I remember this whole story. He didn't have gifts for his kids. He was like struggling. But he did the right thing, thinking the woman would give him some of the money. The woman didn't give him shit. Like not a dime. She was like, oh, thanks. See ya. Did you get the heater fixed? I was like,
my God.
damn, that's some cold-hearted shit. He had to have been in like Indian Hill or something. Me personally, I'm telling you, maybe this is going to sound bad and I'm not the greatest person in the world. If I find $90,000 shoved up in somebody's dryer vent, I am not giving it to anybody. I'm taking that shit. I may sound like a bad person. I don't care, but I'm taking it.
Did you know stunt women get more beat up than stunt men?
Of course.
Whatever.
Stunt women. We should respect stunt women more than we respect stunt men. God.
You're something fucking else, I swear.
I'm not a woman hater.
Yeah.
I just hate it. No, I'm not. I was raised by 3 women.
Everyone can form their own opinion.
It's always something to like put down men and raise. It's always something. No matter what it is. I swear to God. Like you watch media and stuff. I was raised by women, but my mom never asked for extra credit. Okay? She didn't demand everybody respect her. She commanded it because you just watched how she did things. She never looked at me and said, look at me, I'm doing a man's job. She never asked for any extra credit or anybody to praise her, put her up on a pedestal. She just fucking did it. That was a real woman. Nowadays, these women are always like, look at me, look at me, look at me. Look at me in my giant pussy hat. I'm a woman. I'm strong. It's like, no, you're not. You're weird. Shut up. Why do you have dyed hair? Like do something with yourself. Your big is not beautiful. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I'm being mean. Okay. But it's true. It's true.
Did you know before 1920, some people used to send children in the mail?
They do that now. Wayfair cabinets. That's how they do. That's how the elitists do it. They send their kids in Wayfair cabinets.
Did you know you can tell if an egg is old based on whether it floats in water?
I did not know that.
Well, start testing your eggs then.
I don't care. I don't care if they're old. I'll eat them anyway.
Did you know lions are identifiable through their whisker patterns?
Amazing. Mile long pizza. Women want wanting a 1950s man but want to be a 2020 woman. P.S. Don't tell my wife I said that.
Look at y'all women haters.
They want a 1950s man with a 2020. They want to be a 2020 woman. What was that post that you put the other day? Because that shit was fucking funny. With the Chick-fil-A. Is this it? Ladies, if he asks how your day is going every day, supplies you with all your needs, wants God to be a central part of your relationship, and prays for you when you walk away, he is not your man. He is a Chick-fil-A worker. Please stop holding up the line. That shit's funny. That's hilarious.
Did you know the longest breath held underwater is 24 minutes and 3 seconds?
That's impressive.
I can't hold my breath.
You know, there's a whole people. It's getting on the talk of trans women and people identifying shit. There's a whole group of people that identify as mermaids and live mermaid lives. Did you know that?
Nope.
There's a whole mermaid group. They identify as mermaids and they wear them zip up mermaid flipper fins. And there's dudes and there's chicks that are involved in it. I don't know what kind of weird shit they're doing, but they believe that they're mermaids. Like, where do we draw the line? I just, I want to identify. There's people out there that identify as babies, grown men that identify as babies. They wear diapers and shit, and they shit in them, and they get changed and everything. They're like in their mid-30s. People do that.
Did you know the first documentary was staged?
It's called The Moon Landing. You can check that out on Penny for Your Thoughts. You can go to Facebook at Penny for Your Thoughts. By the way, we had like 30 people follow us yesterday, so thank you guys for that push. The first documentary was staged. It was called the Apollo 11 1969 moon landing.
That is not what this says.
Okay, what do you got?
It was called Nanook of the North.
Never heard of it.
You're stressing me out.
You're stressing me out.
You're stressing yourself out.
Am I stressing
woman
myself
hater?
out? I feel good, man. I've been worked out the last 2 days. I feel great. I feel like I don't know why I haven't lost weight yet. It's bullshit. Like, I work out for 2 hours and I don't lose anything. This is shitty.
Did you know the longest human neck is over 7 inches?
Who's it belong to? Peyton Manning? You seen the fucking neck on Peyton Manning? It's ridiculous. You know that the deformities and shit that people do that with the long necks or whatever, it's like
crazy.
They start when they're very young and they do it, and they say they do it to like imitate the gods or whatever because they had long necks and big heads like aliens, right? Aliens. But they'll wrap their kids' heads really, really tight and make their heads elongate, and they'll deform the skull. And they do that with their necks too. They like keep adding rings to deform the neck to where it's really long, and their skulls are really long, and they look really, really strange. Like, I don't know why people do that shit. I guess because, I don't know, it's this ancient tradition. It's very strange.
Did you know wind on Mars is audible?
Really? Who's been to Mars? Wind on Mars is audible.
Did you know your body loses up to 8% of water on a flight?
That's cool, but let's go back. Who's been to Mars to prove that? I don't know, man. Right?
Sensors on the NASA InSight lander.
NASA. There it is, Baremu. NASA.
You get on my nerves.
NASA.
Did you know Disneyland has an underground tunnel system?
That's cool. I bet they do. I bet they have all kinds of weird shit in Disneyland. Look how long his neck is.
No, that's not a real person.
Oh, that's the robot. You know they're about to mass produce those things.
It says, did you know 40% of human jobs could be replaced by a one in the future?
That computer lady right there, I don't know what they call her. She's the anime. She's the one that said we will not destroy humans. Ha, ha, ha. Like, they programmed her to think organically and come up with her own solutions and things. I just read a story the other day. They're about to mass produce her. Like, there's going to be... Knowing America and knowing the world and how dumbed down it is, they'll probably just use her for sexual reasons. Because that's how dumb we are. I don't think any robots freak me out. I've seen enough Terminator movies to know better. But I don't like. We're getting like to the point where I swear to God, we're living in the world of idiocracy. You got to see the movie because it's like we're living in it. They literally have whorehouses with sex dolls in it, which is gross because I guess it's no different than a woman. I guess if you washed it out because you reuse them.
I don't know, man.
I don't
Moving on.
know, man, either.
Did you know some common hand gestures are offensive in other countries?
Like that one? Like that one? Common hand gestures are offensive in other countries.
No, actually, it shows the devil horns. Whatever.
The horns? Yeah. That was invented by Anthony LaVey.
Here, look. It says the devil horns hand sign seen thrown up at rock concerts can be offensive in other countries. In European and South American countries, this hand sign implies that a man's wife has been unfaithful.
Ooh. Is that how they do
the
it
meaning
there?
dates
Is that
back
how they do the
to
one in the pink and one in the stink with the devil?
I don't fucking know.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. And I'm moving on. I don't know.
They should know it's always two in the pink, one in the stink.
This lady, Queen Elizabeth II, she's never going to die. She keeps track of when she wore each fucking outfit because that matters.
She will never die because that's adrenochrome. Mm-hmm. She's sucking the blood of the young. They're vampires, these people.
There were male engagement rings once. That's special.
There were male engagement rings? I would feel very strange if you proposed to me. Is there anybody out there listening right now that's ever proposed to their know a story of somebody who proposed to a wife proposing to a husband? That would be strange. Like if
people fucking do it.
I've heard of it. Like I don't know anybody that's ever experienced it personally, but I've heard of women, proposing to men. That's just, I don't know. It's weird. I would not know what to do. I would probably say no. Like, what are you doing right now? Are you
desperate?
You want to square up? Are you trying to man up on me? Like, what's up?
Did you know Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are incredibly distant cousins?
I don't know. Who's Meghan Markle? Oh, who is that? Markle?
That's his wife.
That's his wife?
Yes.
They're distant cousins?
I guess
that doesn't shock me at all because royalty loves incest. They keep their bloodlines tight.
Their ancestor dating 15 generations back. But they're not first royals to be married and related.
They take that shit very seriously. Like the royals and the elitists, the Rothschilds and shit, they do not like outside people coming into their bloodline. They keep their bloodlines pure. So that does not shock me in the least.
Did you know each insect is a host to 10 bacterial species?
I guess. No, I didn't know that. That's amazing. How do they know that?
There are around 2 billion species on Earth, with 6.8 million likely to be species of insects, and up to 10 types of bacteria lives inside of each of these insects.
Amazing. That's amazing. Absolutely mind-blowing. Is that all you got?
Yeah.
Good job. I still like the 90s stuff yesterday much better. It was very good. I love 90s stuff. We have to do more 90s stuff. I got an invite, by the way. I think I'm going to be on a podcast and interview people on their podcast, or be somebody else's interviewee. But I don't know. What I'm blown away by is how somebody. Never mind. I'm not going to get into that. Not going to get into that. Nothing. Just people who have like I watch people's. It's because they're paying for it. They have to. Because I've watched some other people's stuff, like other people's podcasts, and like they just started them, and they have like 10,000 people that follow them on Facebook, and it's like you had to have paid for those followers. Like there's no way you did that organically, because your page is like doesn't. I was bitching about this last night. Remember, you was listening to me, bitch. I was ranting about this. Your page doesn't have a whole lot of material. And you don't even have podcast up. Like, how do you have 10,000 people following you? I don't know. Maybe I need to pay for fucking people to like my shit. I like doing it organically, but...
How come people are angry at our live stream on Facebook?
Why?
I don't know.
Let me see. Let me go to
it. It's Tanya. Maybe it was an accident. I don't know.
Did somebody hit an angry button? Love you!
Yeah, I seen it right there and was like, what the hell?
I hope so. I hope I piss people. If I'm pissing people off, then I'm doing a good job. I'm doing my job right. You know why? Because the world is fucking brainwashed. I'm so tired
she
of
didn't
it.
put it there for
Boris
a reason,
Johnson comes out. This COVID-19 briefing. Yay. Let's hear some of that. This whole thing is just so much bullshit. It's like every day there's more bullshit to lead you to the fact that it's fucking living in a controlled... The New World Order is here. It's no longer it's about to happen. It's here. It's happening. It's happening all over the world. They're seizing control of you and your business and your lives. It's here. People are just completely brainwashed to the fact, and you can't wake them up to it. Whenever you try to explain it to them, they just completely fall to pieces, and they don't know how to handle themselves, and they just want to call you crazy or whatever the fucking case may be. Like, nobody wants to pay attention. Literally, I forget what the KGB agents, I gotta do a video on this guy, because he explained how the demoralization process works. He explained how they get you. He explains that, he even says in there, you can take the American to the concentration camp, show him concentration camp, and he will still not believe you until his head is under the boot heel. This is a planned attack. It's been going on for a long time. It's mind control. It's conditioning you. It's indoctrinating your mind to believe that a certain way, like they want you to believe, and people just don't get it. They don't understand it. This is what's taking place. They think, they're victims, or whatever the case may be. You can go through the line of shit, the way they demoralize you, to make you believe things. Facts no longer matter to people. Facts no longer matter. I can bring numbers and facts, and I could put them in your face, and I could say, look at all these facts. Look at this, and you will deny it. Most people will deny it at all costs. They do not want anything to do with it. It either scares them, or they're just too blind to understand, or they have been conditioned to believe one way, and they'll never, ever, ever figure it out until their head is under the boot heel. Then they'll figure it out. Only then will they understand, right? That's what the guy says. Only then will they understand. What's it take? Are you going to be in an oven? Are you going to be in the gas chamber? And then you're going to be like, oh, is then the light bulb going to go off? Like, oh, shit. Uh-oh. It's a little late then. As long as people like myself, Eric is an advocate for it. He's out there speaking. You got VOP. You got... there it is, all right there. He just posted it up there. John DeVito. You have these people out there talking and spreading the knowledge and spreading the word. As long as those people exist, maybe we can get through to a couple people, or at least try to be the resistance, right? Hashtag be the resistance. Because you're going to have to be. God, it's frustrating. I think tomorrow, we're off tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Completely off tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I think Thursday.
We're going to the gym now.
Okay,
I just worked that
That's
in.
fine. I think Thursday I'm gonna do a big show. I'm gonna break down. I'm gonna study what that KGB agent said, and I'm gonna get his name. And I'm gonna get all the information. I'm gonna pull up the audio so you guys can hear it and understand it. Because I have to dig into the stuff that Joe Biden's been doing, and the left, and not just the left, just all governments all across the world. I'm telling you, I watch world news, and it's every single country is having major issues. When the Netherlands are rioting, there's a fucking problem, because the Netherlands are very peaceful people. When they're tearing shit up, when they're setting shit on fire, then there's an issue. And it's every single country in the world is having problems, because it's no longer, they're going to take over. It's happening now. The New World Order is here. They are in full effect. The elitists are taking you over. It's happening right under your noses. So stop thinking it's going to happen. Stop thinking we could get to that. Stop thinking socialism could be. It's here. It's here. Okay? It's happening in real time right now. And I think Thursday's show, I'm going to dig into it a little bit. As much as I don't like to, because it stresses me out and I feel like I'm preaching to the choir.
You sound stressed out.
I have to, though, because that's my duty. That's the whole reason why I'm doing this. That's the whole reason I got into it, is because I know your little secrets and your little games, at least some of them, and I want to expose the fucking shit out of you, just like these other people out here do. Yuri Bezmenov. Yep, that is the exact speech. If you guys want to check it out, there it is. Yuri Bezmenov. His speech is absolutely beautiful. He basically breaks it all down. It's like, I think it's like an hour long, but they do like there's like clips of it, which is very interesting. I mean, he literally is talking. It's in the 1980s, and he's talking about today's America, like to a T. He's explaining to you exactly step by step how it's going to happen. I have to do it Thursday. I have to. But yeah, all these guys, Lyrical Laxatives. Is that a name? Is that a podcast name? That is a great name, Lyrical Laxatives. That's beautiful. What's up, Eric? You have to be quick because I have to get off. You have to go back to work.
Well, that Lyrical Laxatives is on Saturday nights. I think it's a great podcast show, like music and comedy themed. That's fun. But then you also, and Chuck and Billy's Not Your Cup of Tea. That's another hilarious podcast show too.
I've heard about that one.
Well, and then I know you got the old man Dina Joe and me in the mornings, and then Slightly Serious at night, and Tries to Talk on Sundays, Eric. Wednesdays, and Fridays. What's that?
We are the Resistance.
Yes. Well, tomorrow night, I definitely would like to invite friends to come over to Tries to Talk to celebrate Dennis's birthday. So we'd like to fill the live cast on that one. Then John DeVito will be back tomorrow afternoon, and I even posed the question if you're interested in coming on his show for the Get to Know Your Podcaster interview series. I'm sure John would love to have you on.
You know the issue I have with Podbean and joining other rooms? I would do it here on my computer. It won't let you. It won't let you use your microphones and shit. Like, I have to do it on my phone, and I don't like that. Like, I would like to be on other people's podcasts where I'm sitting here working on studio stuff. I could just sit here but it won't.
Well,
it's bullshit.
Well, unfortunately, the Podbean algorithm is not like that, so you're having to call into his show or other shows like via your smartphone.
Yeah,
and with a
mic.
But I mean, I'm sure John would be honored to have you on. You have a mic on Twitter, and you also have his email, so you can get in touch with him.
I've talked to John a few times. Yeah, he's good. I like him. He's good people. That's my only issue because when I'm working or whatever, if I could have it pulled up and I could use my mic and I could, do it that way, it'd be a whole lot different. Like on my phone, the page collapses, I lose it, or, something that doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
The mic isn't as good. I'm about to write Podbean to see if I could talk him into doing something.
Yeah. Or if you want to be a guest on the Slightly Serious show, he can, set up like a Zoom call meeting to where the video audience can see you, but the Podbean audience and the VOPUSARadio.com audience would still be able to hear you.
Yeah, I got to be better with the Podbean family, I guess you could call them, the Podbean crew, because I just don't have time to sit and listen to Podbean. I know I got Mr. A completely hooked on Podbean. He is addicted to it.
I see him around at the other shows.
Yeah, I have a hard time, it's just the time is so limited or whatever. And when I do have limited time, I'm usually studying stuff like that. I have to be better about that. I need to make that a resolution, not a New Year's resolution, but be better about the Podbean stuff. Because there is people out there and they have great shows and they really produce, and I steal from them.
And we have 3 kids currently all playing basketball. Right? You work.
It is crazy. It's a busy life.
We do a lot of shit.
We live a busy life. But I do need to be better at least once a week or something, you know what I mean? Or while I'm prepping, I don't even have time to watch the old movie while I'm prepping anymore because I'm at the gym. It's like crazy. I'm gonna try to do better, Eric. But you're always welcome to plug people on this show, always. Well,
absolutely. But hopefully, everybody else will go and check out Slightly Serious later, and
9:30, right?
Tries to Talk, the old man, and Ralph, and and Cummings' Culture, and a few other great worthwhile shows, and then the 2 middle-aged men, Oliver and Tom. I find them to be very interesting. Wolf's Real Talk Radio. The list just goes on and on.
What time Slightly on? He's on at
9:30 p.m. Eastern time. So
things will calm down for us. Basketball's almost over. Yeah. And then things will be way calmed down because then we'll just have Isaiah in football, and that's that.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah, but you got Slightly and John DeVito's emails to where you can get in touch with them.
Yeah, John's actually been in my room a couple times back in some older shows or whatever.
But,
Yeah.
but like I said, I'm sure he would enjoy having you on for a get to know your podcaster interview, and I'm sure Slightly would probably occasionally enjoy having you on through like a Zoom call to where you could be featured on his show, and like I said, the video audience can see you.
Yeah. We'll have to work something out because that's how you grow, is interviewing other podcasters and stuff. I get a lot of emails and stuff about me being on somebody else's podcast and interviewing, and I need to do that too. I need to have more people. We need to find somebody to interview. We got to find some interesting people.
Yeah,
we need to interview people.
but if you interview people, like if you were to get somebody famous, you have to be really careful that you're not heavily previewing them. That way, they don't become discouraged, or somebody doesn't start spewing misinformation about you to the point that they believe the misinformation.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, good point. All right, Eric, I got to get off here. I got to go back to my day job.
Well, it's great talking to you again.
You too, always. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
See you next time.
See you, man.
Bye.
All right, that's all we got. Let's get out of here. Let's wrap this thing up.
Is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Thank you guys out there for listening to us. Thank you for joining the show. Thanks for listening to our rants and all of our bullshit that we talk on the show every day. It's wonderful to have you guys on. I have to be better with the Podbean family because we exist. Be the resistance. Hashtag we are the resistance. We really are. Thursday's show, I'm going to definitely prep some stuff for it. Love that interview, by the way, Bob. I see you put it on there. I love that interview too because it's such a great explanation of how things are what they are. So Thursday, plan on that. We will not be on tomorrow because we have a full slate tomorrow. Like, I'm talking full slate from beginning to end. It never stops. Busy, busy, busy. It's better to stay busy. Keep your mind off of this crazy world that we are living in. Thank you guys for being a part of the show. We really appreciate you. Richie called me, so I missed the last 20 minutes of the show. Sorry. See you later. Bye, Nurse Nikki. It's all good. You guys have a wonderful rest of your afternoon.